Okay, so we'll put a hatch and brood. Okay, we'll have more bees to replace them. And also we'll put some young larvae and eggs, because the bees that are in here will not leave the larvae and eggs behind. So we need to find some cat brood. I've been in this hive already and the ladies tell me it was quite strong. Oh, look at that. Okay, perfect frame of cat brood. Not many bees on this frame, but all these bees will hatch in the next week or so. Yeah. So we place this one in here. So that's one frame we have, but not many bees. We need a few more bees yet. What the bees also need? Food.
Yes.
They'll need some food, that's good. So we need to find a frame with some food on as well.
Yes.
Not really very heavy at the moment. Let's have a look down this end.
You see, because Peter knows the structure of the hive, he knows where to look for food. Doesn't have to go through the middle.
So this
he'll
is
go
heavy.
to the edge.
This has food. This has food. Well, it does have food. I can feel by the weight. Food and pollen. Okay. So I'm going to put this one here.
Lots of drones too.
So the bees will have to come past the empty frame to get to the food. Make them work a little bit. Now we want a frame with some eggs or some very young larvae. No. Ah, maybe. Yes. Okay. Now you can see on here young larvae and eggs. Okay. Young larvae and eggs. And quite a few bees. We also know the queen in this hive is marked green. And we haven't put her in here by mistake. We haven't done that, have we? Just because there's not many, and some of these bees will fly home, we will just take some more bees, make sure we haven't got the queen, which we haven't, and we'll put a few more bees in. Just the bees.
I'm going to put the lid on and try and keep some of them.
And now, the front's closed, Jack, yeah? Is the front closed?
Yes. Very small move.
So just think for a minute. We have now a box with bees, with food, with brood that will hatch and make more bees, okay? But no queen. But they have larvae and they have eggs, so they can make a queen. However, we know a queen takes 16 days to hatch, yeah? And they've got to build the cell, then hatch, and the queen has to get mature, then she has to fly, then she has to mate, then she has to come back. So it might be 25 days before we have a laying queen in here. 21, 25 days maybe. 16 days to hatch. If they use an egg, which is 3 days old, only 13 days to hatch. However, okay?
And then 3 weeks before you have fresh workers.
Yeah, and then
you're
after
looking at
the
the
queen's
best
laid
part
the
of
first egg,
a long
as Jack
time.
said, 21 days before you get any more new bees. And because all the bees in here are young, okay, they're not going to go foraging for their own food, so we've given them some food. But as they get older, next week they'll go foraging. So in here we've messed this hive up properly, but what we would do is push the brood back together, okay, and we put the spare frames on either side so they would expand out again. Okay? We like it, if we had queen cells in here, we would put a queen cell in instead, because the queen cell saves you maybe 10 days, much quicker. Or if we had a queen in a cage. But sometimes you open a hive like this and there might be 10 queen cells, and the queen cells are already starting to hatch. So you can quickly harvest a queen if need be, or harvest the right queen cell. The entrance isn't open.
Oh.
Just get me a handful of grass or something, just a little bit. Green stuff, green though. Bit hard round here. So in the entrance, what I would normally do is put a little bit of green grass in the entrance.
Loosely.
So in the next day or two, the green grass will dry, will shrivel up, and the bees will come out. If I leave it open now, the bees will come out and go, oh, here's home. Oh, here's home. And then there'll be less and less and less bees in here. Okay? Yeah? So that's how we can make a split if we have plenty of time. In the England now, mating for the new queens is almost finishing. So it will be hard to get a well-mated queen. The drones, some hives have plenty drones, some have hardly any. But any time now, the drones will be dying off. They'll be chucked out to starve or to get cold. So we quickly put this back together so Colleen doesn't have a problem. Okay?